Hey guys, welcome back. It's Thomas from tg.mex and today I'll show you how to make this horrible kitchen looks brand new just to please my wife and for very cheap. Alright, let's do this. And for this project I only have few days because my wife was on a trip in Canada, and so for the first night I went and got some MDF panels that I brought back in the dark in my garage. And the next day the first step was to rough cut all the panels so they are easier to move. And I recently started a new habit. When I do this kind of project, I use masking tape and I write everything on it, the name of the panel, the size I need to cut it so I don't make mistakes, because this is what I did on the last project. And as you can see, I cut all the rough panel with the track saw, and then I went to the table saw to cut to the right dimension. But I just want to show you this cyclone, it works so well. I have a video on it if you want to watch it. I'll leave a card on the top right corner. And then I went to the miter saw to cut all the panels to the same length. I could have used the table saw, but I didn't have a sled for this, so I just did it on the miter saw and it worked well. Then I need to drill all the holes for the hinges, and for that I removed one of the door that I use as a template because those sizes are not standard anymore, so I had to make a jig for that. So I found the right size bit, and my first idea was to actually make like a stencil of what I had to drill, but I realized that I needed the reference of the size of the door. So what I did is actually just drill through some scrap of MDF and that I glue together to make a jig. And you can see here the finished jig that refers on the top, bottom and side of the door, so I can drill perfectly. And I did a test on a scrap piece of MDF as usual, and yep, it fits. Yeah! And it still closes, which is good. So now what I have to do is drill approximately 1000 holes. Well, it's 2 holes per door, so let's do that. And then I directly use one of the hinges to drill the sides hole. By the way, if someone can tell me what it's called a European hinge, I'd like to know, because I don't know another style of hinge. So if someone in the comment can tell me, that'd be great. Anyway, so next step was to sand everything, and to make it easier, all the same size door I sand at the same time, as you can see. And this cheap sander works actually quite good. I'm very pleased with this one, and it works nice. And the next step will be to paint the panels, but as I'll have to remove the sticker, I wrote inside the hinge hole the name of the panel, so I won't lose it. And after sanding off all the edges to make it more round, it was time to paint. And as you can see, it took all the place in my shop. I had also to put some in the kitchen and then in the dining room, main room, I don't know how to call this. And for the paint, I got this red, which is called gazpacho. It's a special paint for the kitchen, and I won't bore you with all the paint steps because well, it took quite some time. It's just painting. And while it was drying, I removed all the doors, and then it was time to install the first door. As you can hear, I was very pleased with the result, so I just went and carry on putting all the doors in the kitchen. And at this point my wife was back from her trip, so sadly I couldn't finish. But anyway, all I needed to do was to make some tools, and for that I'll use Canadian fir that I'll cut to length. Oh, I had a quite kickback, it was a bit scary, but honestly it's fine. Well, I'm fine, I have all my fingers, so it's fine. Then I plane down one side, so I have one reference side that I can use on the table. So, and I made sure everything was square. And it was finally the first time for me to use my thicknesser. It was still on the pallets and it's quite heavy, so yeah, it was quite hard to move. And honestly, I really like this planer. It works so well. It's such a useful tool. And I won't bore you with all the steps of making a drawer pull. I just followed a video from Fix This, Build This, Fix That. Sorry, sorry, Brad. So it's like three cuts, one straight, one at an angle, and then one for the release. It's very easy, and I'll put the link in the video so you can follow it if you need to. Then I made this quick sled so I can cut all the pulls at the same size. And then it was time for my favorite activity, sanding. It took so much time to sand all those little sticks. I needed to make some holes in the pool so I can attach them, and for that I made myself a little jig, a 3D printed jig, so I can just slide one pull inside and then drill all the holes, and it was so useful. As a finish, I'm going to use some hard wax oil. This one is called Solid Oil by Blanchon. But I first did a test with shellac, tongue roll, and solid oil to see which one I like the best. And honestly, they all look the same, and I know that solid oil works well and is durable, so this is what I used. And as you can see, it doesn't yellow too much the wood. And then while it's growing, I needed to drill some holes in the doors, and for that I made another 3D printed template, and as you can see it works nice. And I also had to remove those front side, and for those I used directly the front face as a template, and directly drilled with a very small drill bit directly through the old front face and re-drilled on the new one, and as you can see it worked nice. But on the big one there is some kind of rail to keep it from moving around, and it used those little kind of peg, and the problem is that I pushed too hard, and as you can see it broke through. I was very pissed about that, but don't worry, I managed to fix it. And as you, I like to say that a good woodworker is not one that doesn't make mistakes, but one that know how to fix them properly. So I just go to the wall, fix it in place, sand it, and then I just paint over it, and you can't see it at all in the end. So I'm very happy about that. And it was finally time to to install all the pools, and we are almost done. And to install the pools on the drawers, I reused the 3D printed template. I just made sure to mark the center between the two holes and to mark where I need to drill, and it worked perfectly, as you can see. The problem I had is that I kept breaking the little pegs for the guides. Well, yeah, I'll call these the guides. I don't know why it kept breaking, even if I was careful. So I just made those uh, guide out of MDF that I painted and screwed in place, and it works even better than the original one. So it was okay in the end. And then, as you can see, I put the final draw pulls, and the kitchen is done. And I really like the result, and most importantly, the wife is really happy with the result, especially because it was very cheap. As you can see, I in total it was a bit more than 200 euros, which is fine for the result. I'm very happy with that. I hope you like this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you very soon for the next project. See you. Bye.